the fabled Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus the beta male Darkseid has finally dropped. And man, it sure was something. First, I just gotta address something really quick. For those of you who saw my reaction when it dropped and then saw it disappear randomly before going back up later, that was because I intended for it to drop after the full episode released on YouTube, and it accidentally released that night. That's my fault. It won't happen again. But anyways, now to the episode. I was extremely hyped for this. The waiting period felt way longer than usual. The matchup itself, it's just another Marvel vs. DC cape shit fight, but the community helped make this matchup so ironically hype-worthy that I couldn't help but be excited for what was to come. The crew was also hyping this up as a really substantial episode of this season, so that just amped it up even more. And reacting to it was a real treat. There is so much I want to talk about with this episode, so let's not waste any time. So, first off, both analyses are really good. They go over both characters extremely well, especially Adam's conflicted anti-heroism. The Shazoo joke did kind of fall flat, and the cutaway gags were only just fine in my opinion. Adams was okay, and Apocalypse has had the setup for what would seem like a good joke with the techno-organic virus starting to infect Boomstick, but they don't really go anywhere with it. Like, it just happens, and it's never mentioned again. But those are my only real problems with the analyses. Everything else is pretty great, especially the editing from Nick as usual. I know I never really have much to say on the analyses, but the thing is, I don't really know what there is to talk about, to be honest. I just enjoy them. But anyways, now to the fight. Oh boy, the fight is something else. I'll just go through it as usual before getting into my more in-depth thoughts. The preview was stellar. The fight starting with the comic panel scrolling through was really fun and creative and a really fun way to start it. Not only does it give some more sense to what happened, and it's just a neat detail, I love how it makes it feel like an actual story from Marvel and DC. Also, I'm glad that it didn't inflict with the fight. That would just mess with the pacing a whole bunch. Also, I can say that the background here looks absolutely incredible. Almost every episode has some great environments, but this one especially knocks it out of the park. Not only are the visuals stunning, but there is so much detail with the ruined parts of the city, the fire. There's just so much going on in this vast space, and we even get to see most of it when Adam soars above the city. It's amazing how much work is put into this Pixar-level background for only a 3-minute animation. That's some hard work and dedication. So yeah, nearly every shot here looks absolutely incredible, but I will say there are some standout shots here, and I will get to those in just a minute. We get a great shot of Adam flying through all the explosions, followed by the base drill hand before using it to pull down Apocalypse. Or, well, a mechanical replica, if you will. You see, I didn't know that Apocalypse had drones of himself, so I thought they just changed the design for no reason. Just a little thing I thought was funny. Anyways, after it is revealed that it was an imposter, we see the real Apocalypse hovering over the city with the moon as a backdrop. Obviously one of the standout shots I was just talking about. And also, the voice acting here, as always, is phenomenal. Cameron Nickad brings the intimidating voice yet again for Black Adam, and he sounds amazing, but man, Wolf Williams absolutely stole the show as Apocalypse here. Not only does his voice sound incredible, he makes Apocalypse feel like a genuine threat. One of my problems with the DBX I forgot to mention in my video was that it made Apocalypse feel like just a generic villain. Like, there wasn't much to him. But Wolf, as well as the amazing writing from DJ yet again back from Magnetsuo, make Apocalypse feel like an intimidating, maniacal, heartless monster who strives through war and violence. I love his portrayal here so much. This preview was fantastic, and the ending told me one thing. That this wasn't just a battle, it was a war. Anyways, now back to the fight. The two clash and cause a crater as Adam tries to punch Apocalypse with his bare fist to no avail, but when he goes for the living lightning, he is able to get the upper hand on Apocalypse before he once again gets knocked back. We then get a pretty cool sequence of them fighting on the streets before Adam loses sight of Apocalypse and then uses his, I guess, Ultra Instinct to attack Apocalypse behind him. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe I missed something in the analysis, but I don't care. It's a cool shot. Adam holds the Death Seed and then is told by Sahutin to destroy it, and that just makes me wonder, why didn't he? It seemed he had way more than enough time to smash it, so that just makes me wonder what made him hesitate. But even then, we get to see Apocalypse use his telepathy and knock back Adam before putting the seed back in him, which was a great scene. So, again, I'm not too bothered. Black Adam charges and fires lightning at Apocalypse, which he dodges and absorbs as he gets his robots to surround and dogpile Adam. Also, the face he makes during this is pretty hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. But it is followed by one of the rawest shots in the episode. Still not number one, but we'll get there. Just the lighting from the moon and Apocalypse's sheer presence and stance is absolutely S tier. And the line, "Your people will learn to fear me soon enough," is badass as hell, and I absolutely love it. Adam retaliates by pulling out the Yellow Lantern ring, which I was really wanting to see, and I'm so happy it got included in the fight. And I forgot to mention, but both Adam and Apocalypse saying each other's real name was a great way to add some more plot relevance and tension. It's like a Tony versus Bruce situation, except here it feels like two legends of power and war finally meeting to test their might after hearing about each other so often. That's the kind of vibe I get with these two. The two clash multiple times extremely fast, even shattering the moon while doing so, which was a great way to add impact. We then get the based Yellow Lantern Tiger, as we get my most wanted thing from the entire animation. Apocalypse grows using his own robots as fuel as Adam looks up with an indifferent look. I see the expression here as Adam now truly realizing what he's up against. He's determined, but also scared of what he's facing. But being the badass he is, he mans up and charges full force at Apocalypse, telling him to get the hell out of his country. Sigma male behavior right there. And then, there it is. My favorite shot of the animation. Just the sheer rawness of Adam flying towards the silhouetted giant Apocalypse paints this as such a climatic scene. The DBX brushed over the giant form in my opinion. It didn't feel too substantial. But here, Apocalypse feels like an actual menace who is genuinely dangerous and terrifying. I adore it so much. We get another extremely cool hand-drawn shot of Apocalypse punching down at Adam, followed by another really cool sequence of Adam flying around his arm before getting punched back down on an explosion-like hit. We get another really cool shot of the background as Adam says that he refuses to give up his home to the heretics that bestow upon him, which was extremely badass and shows that Adam refuses to give up when his people need him, not even when pinned down to the ground from pain and exhaustion. We get another cool shot of Adam using the Shazam lightning to destroy Apocalypse, but unfortunately Apocalypse still has the Death Seed and is able to fully regenerate. Now Adam can't even get up, and as Apocalypse approaches him, he tries to use his lightning but is stomped by Apocalypse, breaking the camera in the process, which was a really cool detail and isn't just a neat little effect like with Heihachi vs. Geese. It actually breaks the camera showing the fight. And also, I love the joke after the animation where Boomstick is angry that Apocalypse broke the camera. That was extremely funny. As well as the camera still being broken, blocking Wiz with the duct tape they put on it. That was extremely clever and cool. Props to the writers on that one. Although, like with him having the Death Seed in his hands, I don't get why Adam didn't just finish saying Shazam. Sure, it was pretty funny and climatic to hear him just go, "oh shit," before being given the boot, but I don't feel like Adam would do that. But, like with the last scene I was talking about, it again leads into one of the best scenes in the entire episode. No, the season. Not only is the shot before Apocalypse stomps him raw as hell, but after where Apocalypse starts maniacally laughing as he steps on Adam over and over is extremely scary coming from the Big Hay. and him flying up and showing him the destruction of his own city and home right in front of him, and telling them that everything that he has built, his reign, his empire, his own city, will all crumble before him before using his own lightning that he absorbed to zap the last little bit of life clinging onto Adam, before throwing him away like trash and laughing for his victory as the comic comes to a close. The last thing we hear being Apocalypse's deranged laugh as the city burns to the ground. God damn, what a way to end this fight. Not only is the death extremely brutal physically, but also mentally, as we have to see Adam watch his own home burn down when all he was trying to do was protect it. That's extremely heartbreaking to watch. On top of the fact that I had to watch my boy Black Adam die, but I'm not too bothered by that. He got respected very well in the animation and analysis, so he definitely got the respect he deserves. But man, I honestly don't know if this or Homelander's death was more brutal. You know, if I had a nickel for every time that a flying brick told his intimidating opponent to get out of their country before getting one of the most brutal deaths of the entire show, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Also, off topic, this face Adam makes is kind of a nod to the rock eyebrow raise, which I wanted to see in the animation, so that's pretty cool, I guess. And that's the animation. There was so much to talk about here. So many incredible scenes and shots. Fantastic voice acting. Stellar writing and animation. And I also like how it starts in the evening and slowly becomes nighttime. Kind of adds to the tension. There is so much I love about this episode. It was such a thrill to watch, and the wait was totally worth it. And I might be in the minority here, but I think the track actually fit the fight really well. Fallen Gods is something I already talked about in my DBX review, but I thought that it proved itself going along with the animation. The lyrics are great, the music is intense and climatic, and it's overall just a really good piece to listen to on its own. Probably one of my favorites from this season next to all the other great tracks that spawned from Season 9. And also, we're apparently supposed to keep getting more fantastic music, and given what was just revealed for the next time, I don't doubt that. Oh yeah, the next time. Oh my god, me and my friends got so hyped when this was revealed. We were all expecting this just to be Game Silver versus Super Trunks, but Xeno Trunks versus Archie? I was not expecting that at all, but it's going to be so hype. It's going to be a massive hellhole in the Versus community for these next 2 weeks, and I'm all for it. I don't know much about either, but I'm pretty sure Trunks still takes it. Could be wrong, but I don't know. I heard Dragon Ball Heroes was pretty bullshit in terms of Versus. But anyways, Season 9 just keeps bringing the bangers. We can add this to the list of all the other masterpieces that we got this season. And it seems to have made a certain someone in the Versus community happy, so that's great. I don't know if it's earned a 10 out of 10 status, but even if it didn't, it's still damn close to reaching it. I'm still keeping my score at a 9 out of 10, but that might honestly change once I release my full ranking of the season. But anyways, this script is getting long, so I need to end things here. Thank you so much, Death Battle, for giving us the funny match and making it such a banger. And thanks to you guys for watching this. It means a lot. Capsier's did his own review on this episode. I'll link it in the description, and yeah. Cannot wait to see what they do with Trunks vs. Silver in the rest of the season.